Got it. Okay, so I'm gonna try this. Hopefully it records. Not that anybody knows why I'm live. Never gone on live on YouTube ever. But it saves our lives. Okay. So I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna only read one chapter and see how that goes. Chapter 7. Britney Spears book. Don't look at, what I'm doing. Anyways, chapter 7. My second audition for the Mickey Mouse Club got me booked. Matt, the nice casting director who had referred my mom to our agent, Nancy, decided I was ready. Being in the show was boot camp for the entertainment industry. There were extensive dance rehearsals, singing lessons, acting classes, time in the recording studio, and school in between. The Musketeers quickly split into our cliques, divided by the dressing rooms that we shared. Christina Aguilera and I were the younger kids, and we shared a dressing room with another girl, Nikki DeLoach. We looked up to the older kids, Kerry Russell, Ryan Gosling, and Tony Luca, who I thought was so handsome. And quickly I connected with a boy named Justin Timberlake. We were shooting at Disney World in Orlando, and my mom and Jamie Lynn, who at the time was 2 years old, had come along with me. During the day, for our breaks, the cast would go rides and goof off. It was honestly a kid's dream, unbelievably fun, particularly for a kid like me. But it was also exceptionally hard work. We would run choreography 30 times a day, trying to get every step perfect. The only bad moment was when, not long into filming, we got a call from my grandmother, Lily had died. My grandmother, Lily, had died. Maybe because of a heart attack or stroke. She drowned in the pool while swimming. Why do a lot of them drown? We couldn't afford to fly home for the funeral. Dang. But Lynn Harless, Justin's kind mother, lent us the plane fare. It was something family would do, and the kids and parents on that show became family. Aww. So there's still a special bond there, I think. One day, Tony was looking for a hat that a wardrobe person had left in the girls' room, and he came into our dressing room. He walked in, my heart fell out of my chest. He was my crush. I couldn't believe the guy had just walked into my dressing room. My little heart just went to the floor. Another time at a sleepover, he played a game of truth or dare, and someone dared Justin to kiss me. So she didn't even like Justin. She didn't even like Justin to begin with. She crushed on that guy Tony first. What? Oh yeah. Hi. I said hi. How ironic. A Janet Jackson song was playing in the background as he leaned in and kissed me. Is that why you did what you did to Janet Jackson, bro? Justin? It wasn't even her fault. Uh, it wasn't even Britney's fault. It's not Britney's fault either. Oh my gosh. Okay. It took me back to a moment in the library when I was in the third grade, holding a guy's hand for the first time. It was the biggest deal to me. So real, so powerful. In third grade? Okay. That was the first time somebody had paid me any sort of romantic attention. I wasn't the only wild child, I guess. And it felt like a wonderful rebellion. The lights were off. We'd been watching a movie and we hid our hands underneath the desk so the teachers couldn't see. How cute. The Mickey Mouse Club was a terrific experience. It got my feet wet in TV. Performing on that show ignited me. From then on, I knew I wanted to do what I did there, singing and dancing. When the show ended a year and a half later, a lot of my classmates, or castmates, my bad, castmates were going up to New York or Los Angeles to continue chasing their dreams. But I decided to go back to Kentwood. Already within me was a push-pull part of me wanting to keep building towards the dream. The other part wanted to live a normal life in Louisiana. For a minute, I had to let normally win. Back at home, I returned to Park Lane, settling into normal teenage life, or the closest thing to normal that was possible in my family. For fun, starting when I was in 8th grade, my mom and I would make the 2-hour drive from Kentwood to Biloxi, Mississippi. And while we were there, we would drink daiquiris. We called our we called our cocktails toddies. I loved that I was able to drink with my mom. How old is she here? Like, I mean, whatever. Every now and then, the way we drank was nothing like how my father did it. Okay, but you still drink. It doesn't matter. Or, yeah, I guess we have difference of opinions. When he drank, I'm like, oh my gosh. I have a difference of opinion when it comes to children drinking, okay? Not adults. Hold on. Okay, can you see it? When he drank, he grew more depressed and shut down. We became happier, more alive and adventurous. Excuse me. Some of the best timers, or what? Some of the best times with my mom were those trips we took to the beach with my sister. As we drive, I'd sip on a little bitty witty white Russian. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna judge. I remember friends of mine, mariachi friends actually, drinking as kids, young kids, and I really wasn't into that. I tried it when I was young once and I got really sick. And never again until I was like 22. Yeah. When it had the perfect amount, when it had the perfect amount of shaved ice and cream and sugar and not too much alcohol. That was my piece of heaven. Damn, I'm having a hard time seeing. Okay. My sister and I had matching bathing suits and matching perms. Now, today it's basically illegal to give a little kid a perm. Is it? I remember getting a perm when I was a kid. I wonder if it really is. Are you kidding me? Is it illegal to give a kid a perm? Yeah, it's not illegal to do other drastic surgical things to them? Come on. But back in the 90s, it was just cute as hell. At 3, Jamie Lynn was a living doll. The craziest, most adorable child ever. Oh, she adored her little sister. So that was our thing. We go to the Biloxi drink, to the beach, come back happy. And we had fun. We had a lot of fun. Even amid the darkness, there was still a lot of joy in my childhood. Excuse me, in my childhood. Jesus. By 13, I was drinking with my mom and smoking with my friends. I had my first cigarette at my one bad friend's house. All my other friends were geeks. But this friend was popular. Her sister was a senior, and she always had the best makeup, and guys were all over her. She took me out to a shed, and handed me a first cigarette. Even though it was just tobacco, I felt high. I remember thinking, am I going to die? Oh my God. And is this feeling going to go away? When is this feeling going to go away? Once I survived my first cigarette, I immediately wanted another one. I did a pretty good job hiding my habit from my mother. But one day she was having me drive us home from the store along the road that led us to the house. I started driving at 13 too, when suddenly she started sniffing the air. I smell smoke, she said. Have you been smoking? She grabbed one of my hands off the wheel fast and pulled it off and pulled it to her to smell. As she did that, I lost control of the wheel. Wow. And the car spun off the road. It felt like everything was moving in slow motion. I looked back and saw little Jamie Lynn press back into the seat. She had on a seatbelt but wasn't in a car seat. Oh, yeah. As we spun what felt like very slowly, I kept thinking, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. We're gonna die. Oh my God, her mom almost made her crash. Then wham! The butt of the car hit a telephone pole. Hitting the way we did was a miracle. If we hit the pole going forward, we would have gone through the windshield. My mother jumped out of the car and just started yelling at me for crashing. A car's passing by for help at the world for letting this happen. No one was hurt, fortunately. All 3 of us walked away. Even better, my mom forgot all about how she caught me smoking. The crime of teenage me smoking. That's crazy. Whatever. We almost died. After that, she never mentioned it again. Well, I think it has to do a lot with the fact that she was in the industry very young. And when you're in this industry, you're just exposed to everything. Everything. And it's really just your choice of what you want to do. Your choice. Tus vicios. Doesn't matter how young you are. If you're in this industry, you're going to be exposed to that. Just FYI. Okay. Where did I leave off? Okay. One day, some of the boys in the 6th grade at school asked me to go smoke a cigarette in their locker room. During break, I was the only girl they ever asked to join them. I never felt cooler. Fortunately, the boys' locker room had two doors, one of which led to the outside. I remember we jammed the door open so the smoke couldn't escape and we wouldn't get caught. It became a ritual, but it didn't last. Wow. A little while later, I decided to try it on my own without the boys. This time, my best girlfriend and I went to smoke in the girls' locker room. But that room only had one door. Disaster. We got caught red-handed and were sent to the principal's office. The girls only had one door? No, I said. My best friend reached down and secretly pinched my hand so hard. It was clear the principal didn't believe me, but guess what? Somehow we actually got away with just a warning. Later, my friend said, I swear to God, Brittany, you're the worst liar I've ever seen in my life. Let me do the talking next time, please. I wasn't just drinking and smoking by that age. I was precocious when it came down to boys. I had a huge crush on one of the guys who was always hanging around my bad friend's house. Who says bad? She quotes bad friend's house. Who the heck is this bad friend? I want to know. He was 18 or 19, and he had a girlfriend at the time, a tomboy. They were really together, the it couple at our school. I wish he looked at me, but I didn't have much hope given that I was 5 years younger than him. In high school? One night, I was sleeping over at my bad friend's house. With no warning, the guy I had a crush on snuck into the house in the middle of the night. It must have been 3 in the morning. I was sleeping on the couch, and I woke up to him sitting next to me. He started kissing me, and then we were fully making out on the couch. 5 years older than her, huh? Well, she's already overage, right? At this time. $19, no? What is happening? I thought. Yeah. I remember coming across something like that. I was very young. I had a crush on somebody way older. And then when I became of age, all of a sudden, it was okay. That's so fucking crazy. So many things I chose to block out. Wow. What is happening? I thought it was like some sort of stance. What? Seance. Sorry, I need to be like this sometimes because of my contacts. They're made so they're like to mimic the whole bifocal thing, because now I need to be at a certain level. I can't be like this anymore. I can't be like, I have to, I'm not like this, but I have to be at a certain level so that she can focus. Okay. What is happening? I thought it was like some sort of seance. Like I conjured him. I couldn't believe my crush had just appeared out of nowhere. And started making out with me. And it was sweet. That was all we had. That was all he had. Wait, that was all he did. Kiss me. He didn't try anything else. Yeah, well, at least that, yeah. That year, I liked a lot of the boys in my brother's crowd. As a kid, Brian was funny, weird in the best way, but when he was a senior, he became king of the school, an absolute badass. His senior year, I started dating his best friend, and I lost my virginity to him. Hmm. I was young for ninth grade. Wait, if you're in ninth grade, this shit's bouncing all over the place. As far as her age, I was young for the ninth grade, and the guy was 17. 14? You're 14, right? So then, what? You were 13? What the hell are you talking about? Oh, sixth grade. Okay, well, she's going back. Yeah, she does jump around. Okay, so you're maybe, okay, you're typically 14 in the ninth grade. So and you're saying you're young for the ninth grade? So you were either 12 or 13? 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so the guy was either, when you said 5 years, you just said it. 5 years older than you. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Was it? I was young for the ninth grade and the guy was 17. My relationship with him ended up consuming a lot of my time. I would go to school like normal at 7 a.m., but leave at lunchtime around 1 p.m. and spend the afternoon with him. Then he would drive me back right as school was getting out. I just innocently get on the bus and go home like nothing had happened. Eventually, my mom got a call from the school office. I missed 17 days, which I had to make up. My mom said, "How did you do it? How did you just leave?" "Oh, I just forged your signature," I said. "Oh, I forged your signature." Who's guilty of that? The age difference between me and that guy was huge. Obviously. Oh my gosh. Now it seems outrageous. And so my brother, who was always very protective, started to hate him. Hmm. When Brian caught me sneaking out to go visit his friend, he told on me to our parents. As punishment, I had to walk around the neighborhood all day with a bucket, cleaning up garbage like a prisoner on the highway. Brian followed me around, taking pictures as crying, I picked up the trash. Moments like that aside, there was something so beautifully normal about that period of my life. Going to homecoming and prom, driving around our little town, going to the movies. But the truth was, I missed performing. My mom had been in touch with a lawyer she met on my audition circuit, a man named Larry Rudolph, who she would call sometimes for business advice. She sent videos of me singing, and he suggested I record a demo. He had a song that Toni Braxton had recorded for her second album that had ended up on the cutting room floor. It was called Today. He sent me the song and I learned it. Then I recorded it at a studio an hour and a half away from us in New Orleans. This would become the first demo that I would use to get in the door at record labels. Wow. Around the same time, Justin and another musketeer, JC Chases, were in a new boy band called NSYNC that was being assembled. Another castmate, Nikki, with whom I shared that dressing room, was joining a girl group. But after I talked it over with my mom, we decided to pursue the solo avenue instead. Larry played a demo for some executives in New York who told him they wanted to see what I could do. So I put on my little bitty heels and my cute little dress and I returned to New York. I had tried to go back to being an ordinary teenager, but it hadn't worked. I still wanted something more. It was your destiny, girl. Your destiny. Alrighty. So that is chapter 7. And I'm going to see. It will upload. I have to be positive. Thank you guys for watching. This is my first live, so let's see how it goes.